As it always does, the Breeders' Cup closes out this year with the Breeders' Cup Classic, and man, is it a good one. All the winners, pretty much of every big race throughout the year in the country, they're all showing up in the Breeders' Cup Classic. It's a good one. It's the race it's supposed to be, and you are supposed to play it through NYRA Bets. You're supposed to play all your action through NYRA Bets. Head on over to NYRABets.com. Support racing in New York. Keep the money in the game. Play through NYRA Bets. Use the promo code CUP25, free $25 bet, as well as a match of up to $200 of your initial deposit. The horse to beat is Improbable. He has been terrific for Bob Baffert this year. 3 of 4 and a tough loss to Tom's Day Tottenham's return race with an outside post at Oaklawn Park. He's the one to beat. He's 1 of 3 for Bob Baffert, but all the right names have shown up for this year's Breeders' Cup Classic. Improbable absolutely dominated in the Awesome Again. After he dominated the Whitney and he dominated the Gold Cup at Santa Anita, he has done nothing wrong. He's been more professional. Will he break well in this Breeders' Cup Classic? It's always a question in the gate, and he buried Maximum Security. Maximum Security did not have his usual comfortable trip on the front end, and it projects that he may not get that here. There is more speed with Authentic in here. There is speed from Global Campaign, and I don't know that Maximum Security is the horse that people thought he was, or if he's necessarily the horse he once was. Improbable buried him. Will Bob Baffert be able to crank him up to run a big effort? That is a major question, as he would love to finish his career in this Breeders' Cup Classic with a huge win, and that really would justify all of his performances when he was in the barn of Jason Service. But Bob's done a good job with him, but he's done a great job with Improbable, who is absolutely the horse to beat in this race. He figures to get pace, he gets the right trip, and he is the one to beat, as Irad Ortiz will try to win back-to-back Breeders' Cup Classics. But let's talk about the 3-year-olds, Authentic and Tiz the Law, who ran 1-2 in the Derby. And Authentic certainly lost nothing, losing to Swiss Skydiver in the Preakness. But can he have his speed against Maximum Security? And can he use that speed and then hold off the closers? And can he, in fact, beat Tiz the Law? Well, if Authentic gets it done in here, he'll get it done without me, but I can't knock him. Bob Baffert's done a great job with him, and he has certainly improved. But I think that Tiz the Law in the Kentucky Derby had to play Authentic game and perhaps attack that one a bit earlier and be closer to the pace than maybe he likes to be in his best races. And he ran that 109 Buyer, which is the fastest fig anybody in here has run. It equals the one that Tom's Day Tot ran in the Foster, a huge performance. He can run some fast races, and I think in this Breeders' Cup Classic, he can rate a bit. He drew towards the inside. He can sit off the speeds, and maybe Manny Franco can make his move when he wants to make it, as opposed to a bit early in the Derby when he had to go after Authentic. I think Manny did the right thing in the Derby. It just proved to be too tough for him. Now he's had the 2 months. Barclay Tagg skipped the Preakness to point for this race, and I think Tiz the Law may be a lot to handle against the older horses, and I like his chances, the chances of this New York bred, quite a bit in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Let's take a look, though, at his win in the Travers to show you what Tiz the Law can do when he gets the right kind of trip. And I know he's meeting much better horse than he met in the Travers, but this is what he can do when he can stalk and pounce and run his race. If he runs a race like the Breeders' Cup Classic and is an improving 3-year-old, and perhaps with as much room, if not more, to improve than any horse in this race, I think he can win this Breeders' Cup Classic. And I think you're going to get closer to 4-1 or 9-2 on Tiz the Law in here. I like his chances, as I said. But now let's talk about Tom's Day Tot, and I hope Tom's Day Tot breaks better than he did in the Whitney, and you certainly could give him an excuse. His Foster was absolutely brilliant. If he runs the race that he ran in the Stephen Foster, the one we'll look at here, he can absolutely win this race. He did have the run of the race. The competition was inferior. I'm not looking to knock by my standards. He's a good, honest horse, but he's not as good as the horses that he meets in here. But Tom's Day Tot beat him like he should have, and he ran a very, very, very fast race. A 109 Buyer speed figure is probably the lowest number you could have given him for that race. Maybe he could have gotten a higher number. He was good. Can this 7-year-old keep it together? Can he run his best race? What price is the right price on him? I don't know. I'd love to see him do well in here, and I definitely think he's a player in this race. Whether or not he's one of my top horses, I picked him 3rd. I think he can win. Let's talk a little Global Campaign, because I like Global Campaign. And I think that even though he may not be as fast as some others, I think you're going to see Luis Saez be aggressive with him like he was in the Woodward. Now he's meeting better horses than Tacitus. Poor Tacitus. I picked Tacitus 4th just to annoy people, because I think he can pick up the pieces. Can Global Campaign deal with the other speeds and then hold off the closers? It's a big ask, but he is improving and improving at the right time for a very good trainer in Stan Huff. This was a good 3-year-old. He showed he could rate in the Peter Pan if he has to stalk and still finish, but he's never run a figure as good as the best figures of the horses in this race. So Stan Huff's got to get him to run significantly faster. The last race is a 4-year-old and do it in this race. It's a big ask. But don't discount him because he's very good. And I know Tacitus is everyone's whipping boy, and he's obviously not as good as a lot of people, including myself, thought he was. But I think in this race, he can sit back and make one run, and he might be able to pick up the pieces and finish 4th. This is a great Breeders' Cup Classic because it brings together the winners of all the big races throughout the year. You've got marquee 3-year-olds and Authentic and Tis the Law running against the marquee older horses. It's got everything you could want in a Breeders' Cup Classic. For me, I'm picking Tis the Law on top. I'm taking him over Improbable and Tom's D'Etat with a little Tacitus for 4th. But like everyone, I cannot wait for the Breeders' Cup Classic, but frankly, I can't wait for all the Breeders' Cup action. I'll be playing it through NYRA Bets, and you should too. Use the promo code CUP25. We'll give you a free $25 bet, as well as matching up to $200 your initial deposit. Head over to NYRABets.com. Keep the money in the game. Play through NYRA Bets.